ebook that has a very strong connection to the hotel, actually the lobby that we're standing in right now. I've got Nick Masad with me. So the SAM, very interesting history. 1924, take us back there.
1924, Houston was a boom town, and there were not a lot of hotels. So when the SAM was built in 1924, it was 200 guest rooms, all with their own air conditioning. Everybody had their own private bath. This was kind of revolutionary. And that little boom town that started with oil and gas and rail grew and grew and grew, and eventually the SAM became a really phenomenal place to stay. People were, coming here for business, and it was a great place to stay.
Well, obviously it's modernized now, but you've kept a lot of the old cues, a lot of the old nods to the original, which I think is nice the way you blended it.
Thank you. We really thought that was important. The hotel fell on hard times in the 1960s and 70s and ended up having to close. And when it was purchased with a collection of other historic buildings in the 90s, it was resurrected into becoming a more modern boutique hotel. As boutiques were sort of being invented in the 90s and early 2000s, the SAM was returned as the Alden. But when we bought it in 2012, we realized that the market really identified it as the SAM, and we wanted to bring back that history. So we rebranded it back to the Sam Houston Hotel. The room count was reduced from 200 rooms to 100 rooms, and we still have air conditioning and bathrooms.
That's good to know.
For all of the guests, but we're really excited that Houston loves it, and everybody that comes here loves it.
And we're lucky as a city to have this building, this structure, because unfortunately our history has been to tear down a lot of our historic buildings.
That's right, and fortunately the SAM, even though it was considered for tear down a couple of different times in its history, it never was torn down. It became a homeless encampment for a few years.
Wow.
It was fortunately preserved, and we're glad that today we feel like we can keep it going forever.
Yeah, plenty of reservations available for this weekend?
Plenty of reservations available. We would love to,
there you go.
To see you.
Come on down for a little staycation, guys. All right, coming up, the author of Payback Jack, and we'll talk about the thriller that has a connection to this historic building. We'll see you in the next hour, guys.